How y'all doing tonight? I hope everybody doing good. This the Monster Boss. I don't have my camera on right now. I'm just coming in to the live just to bring a lot of awareness and knowledge. The Monster Boss these last couple of days has been, I ain't gonna say just bad, because no day is bad when God is involved, but I can honestly say I have had to just really just sit down and just really think these last couple of days, y'all. It's we really up against a spiritual warfare. And only way to survive is God. I just been in his arms the last couple of days. I just need him to know how much I love him. Y'all, I'm afraid to even move from him right now. I I told him I just can't even move without him, period, ever again in life. Ever. I mean that. It's nothing I would do before I let God lead me. Just keep Jane Wayfield in y'all prayers, everyone. Yes, just any survivors, anybody. Oh, hi Jennifer. Hi Jennifer. Hi Firestone. How y'all doing tonight? Please keep Jane Wayfield in y'all prayers. She's a mother of two daughters in Indianapolis that was unalive back in 2020. And I know who done it. I was married to him. I can replay it over in my head a million times. I know who done it. I didn't know I was gonna be a part of this story. I had no idea about this story. That's why I'm just so in shock. But they always say if they could do some, if he could have done something like that to me, I know he probably had done even more in his past, and his past is horrible, y'all. His past was actually, I was he was love bombing me when he had done that, y'all. You understand? That's what's so sick about it. And then when he tried to unalive me, the new supply he with now, he was love bombing her while he had done that to me. So this is a pattern with this man. And I just pray, everything with Jane, Jane Wayfield's family. I'm just hoping, these heart and their minds can be at ease now that, she's about to get her justice. Everything gonna be okay. They painted this lady out to be a liar and all this. That lady just was a strong woman who stood on business, real, and they painted her out to be a crazy individual, toxic and all this. No. And it was not about a tax return. Me, I was married to Jamil Carter's cousin, David Robinson. If they talking about his cousin in that video, David was down low. I caught David in my house with a man. David was disgusting. He was a snake. He did everything under the sun of. I can tell y'all, this man was disgusting. I don't even have enough time in the night to tell you the shit that I could expect. I'm talking about in the end when his mask completely came off, y'all. And I couldn't get him out my house. This man was sick. So I know Jane Wayfield was not lying. Trust me, y'all. Her family deserves justice, and she will get justice. She will. Pray for her family. Pray for me. Right now, it's like I just keep hearing what my ex-husband told me that day. He said, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'll do you the same thing. Shut up, bitch, before I do what I did to that lady in Nap. And I was like, what? He was like, you heard me, bitch. I'll never forget it, y'all. I thought he was trying to this was like when I was getting him out the house, y'all, when he knew, because I had already knew he was DL, because I caught a man in my house, and he wouldn't leave, because you know how you marry, and you can't just throw them out. So I had to deal with his ass for like 6, 7 months. Like in the house, I would barricade myself in the room at night, make sure he didn't come around me. Y'all, I promise you, I don't even like to sleep in underwear. I don't. But I started sleeping in 2 and 3 pair of underwear. I didn't want him touching me because he tried to essay me. He had tried to bust in the room one night talking about, oh, you gonna give me some, you my motherfucking wife. And all, he was crazy. You can't deny me sex. This is the type of shit he used to say. He was a sick motherfucker, y'all. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody that's in the live. I'm not really looking at the screen. I'm just really looking up at the ceiling. I'm glancing. But how everybody doing? Just bear with me. I'm just venting. I'm talking. I'm just expressing myself tonight. The boss really, really, you know, is, what you call, um, I don't know. Let me see how I can address. I'm, that was another trauma. That was like a trigger to know that I'm connected to this lady case. So y'all, it's like I'm reflecting. I'm like, you know, anything that I can help with, because my ex-husband was a sick motherfucker. And it's a lot, even, the last 3 years, you still repress a lot of shit. Because I went through a lot with him in that short period of time. Them two, okay, we started getting close June of 20. He had unalived that lady in February of 20, y'all. Y'all hear me? But I didn't know this. I didn't know this, y'all. And he just really started, oh, I want to marry you. And this shit is crazy, y'all. That September, he dropped his mask. I didn't pay it. I mean, I should have. He showed me a sign, because that's the first time I met Jamil, the cousin. That is the first time I met him, and David got really angry after we left. The we met them at a venue down here in Atlanta. I can't think of it right now, y'all. It's a love. Oh my God, I'm gonna think of it. Trust me. Mm, we all met. Jamil was with another lady, and me and David, we went, and we really, David really didn't have the money because it was like $60 per adult. I was like, we ain't gotta go here. We don't have no money for this. I was like, if he invited you out, you should have let him know we can't afford this. But David was so adamant, because his cousin was in town. But look, your cousin is a big time drugs dealer. We don't have it like that. And then not only when you get in there, a bottle of water is $30. You understand? So I was like, we ain't got, and when I tell y'all his mask dropped, he was mad as hell. We stayed there, look, we paid to get in there. We went in there a good 30 minutes. He wanted to leave. And when we got in the car, he tortured me, y'all, as far as like speeding. He was speeding. Why you embarrass me in front of my cousin? I'm like, how the hell I embarrass you? We couldn't afford to get in here. We shouldn't have never went, and then we stayed 30 minutes. So that was a narcissist injury there. And, we went on, I never seen anything weird or anything after that. Y'all, that dude was just sick. I didn't see anything after that. Okay, this was September. I married him that January of 21. And that's when everything started to unravel. Yeah, I did. I married him pretty fast. I did. Shouldn't have. But you know how? It's a narcissist. I married him within, far as making a commitment, you know, committing within, friends wise, but committing, we married in 6 months. I should have I should have dated longer than that 6 months. He rushed it. He knew that mask was about to drop. That's why he rushed it. Because mind you, 6 months is all they give you, or not, 3 to 6 months. And that's why he was so adamant. Because I was like, you sure we should do this? And I still done it, y'all. I even asked because we got married in 6 months. And the night before, I was like, you want to get married? You think we should do this? Yes. David really planned, and then he did more work on our little ceremony than I did. He knew what I wanted. I wanted to get married by water, and oh my God, my sister had picked a venue, a waterfall, and all this shit. Y'all, that was the worst mistake I ever made in my fucking life. It really was. And now, I pray to God that Jane Wayfield get her justice. I pray that everything goes accordingly, because Jamil, David's cousin, he's now deceased. They unalived him back 2022 on my birthday. David was, Jamil was the person who orchestrated the hit. David was the one did it. Either I feel like he either was driving the car that done this, or he was not the driver. I'm sorry. I believe he was either the driver or the passenger because she was shot on the her driver's side. So my ex-husband either was the shooter or the driver because she was running 90 miles per hour. There's no way. I don't believe that he could be driving the car and shooting at well, I don't know. He might be that good, but either way, he was involved. And the reason why I know, guys, this man used to shake at night. He used to be fighting cold sweats, shaking, jumping up, regurgitating. I would have to get the trash can out of the bathroom and let him throw up. He used to be coughing so hard and sweating and fighting and howling and screaming. Y'all, I was like, what the fuck? You know, I've never seen no one do that in their sleep. And he would just pace all night and after, you know, when I threw him out of my bedroom, he just really just let himself go. He wouldn't bathe. He would sit in the living room and do substance abuse. Didn't even give a fuck whether I saw him or not. He didn't care. He really, y'all, it was just awful. And he would accuse me of him being that way. Oh, bitch, I'm the what he say? You the reason why I'm letting myself go. I'm depressed. I'm like, hold on now. You a 40-year-old man. I ain't got nothing to do. You come on now. Something is off about this shit. I used to call his parents and it was just awful, y'all. Just pray for Jane Wakefield and her family. I'm praying. Just pray for me, y'all. It's just been horrible. I pray this lady get justice, you know? Like I said, Jamil, I just know him and David was very close. I knew something was off about their relationship because Jamil, you know, he knew David was married. He would come in town and my husband would be leaving with this, I don't give a damn if y'all are cousins. Where in the fuck are you going? And then he would never answer his phone. Then he used to get mad when I would ask him questions. He told me one time, whatever the fuck go on between me and my cousin, I don't have to tell you everything. It ain't your fucking business. I'm your wife. Everything when it come to you and me is our business, you know? But like I said, I pray Jane Wakefield get her justice, y'all. Like and subscribe to the channel, anybody that's new. I am the link to the Jane Wakefield story. I believe my ex-husband was involved in her unaliving in 2020, February 17, 2020. I believe he has something to do with this, y'all. I really do. And may she rest in peace. She was not lying, even if she shouldn't have blackmailed no one. Now, that part of it, I was like, wow, you know, but I don't know. Her and Jamil was messing around or whatever, maybe, you know, but I wouldn't have never blackmailed her ass. I wouldn't have, I just would have got my phone and left, you know, but, you know, I don't know what was her reasons for that, but it still didn't give them no excuse to unalive her. She had two daughters, a family that loved her, you know. Jamil knew, I mean, y'all, okay, she exposed your ass. You did not have a reason to take this lady life. A lot of people saying, oh, she should have stayed, kept her mouth closed. Man, I'm glad she exposed their ass, because guess what? I married his cousin. I'm glad as fuck to know. Everybody should know. These DL ass men running around here with this bullshit. Y'all just stay prayed up, stay vigilant. These men are out here nasty. Women too. Don't just blame it on the men. My husband was just a sick motherfucker. He was. My ex-husband, David Robinson, was a sick motherfucker. He abused me, y'all, in the worst way. He did, and he ain't like women. The things he done to me, I knew that. I told him that. I told him, I said, you cannot like women to do the shit. Don't know man. He was disgusting, y'all. And I'm glad I took therapy and healed to know all men just not like him. He was just a piece of trash. It's some good men out here. And I thank God every day that I know that. God is good. The way to heal and get through narcissistic abuse, narcissism is God, y'all. We up against a spiritual warfare, and God is the only way in or out. I do not play no games. I love God. He is amazing. He taught me a lot. I guarantee you I would never fall for the okie doke again. I hope Jane Wakefield get her justice. I am a link to her story. I am, I'm not proud of that. I'm not. But it is what it is. The Carter Robertson family, y'all really need to turn David in. Y'all know what he done. Especially David Dad. David Dad definitely know. It was little simple, little things he would say. I knew he knew what that man did. He told me David sold his soul to the devil. He used to say shit like that. Why would he say that, y'all? He knew what that man did. He told me, if you would have talked to me first, you never would have married David. His own father was saying this. Jamil Carter and David Robertson had something to do with Jane Wayfield's assassination, y'all. They did. Jamil Carter is deceased now, and David thought he was going to get away because Jamil is deceased. And I be thinking, shit, they better look into David. David might have unalived him. I'm telling you, he might have unalived his own damn cousin, y'all. You never know. Who's to say he didn't? Because he know Jamil was the only one could tell on him. Think about it. And David was sick. David was a sick motherfucker. I didn't trust him. And he'll do anything for money. David would do anything for money, y'all. I didn't trust him, ever. Jamil is deceased too. They might need to look to see, did David have something to do with that? You get it? I wanted to do the detectives understand that David was sick. David he don't care. But that's why I say, y'all, I promise you, if he were, I wouldn't hesitate. It's on site. I would never, I don't slip. I stay around security. I got two. I don't just stay around regular cops. You understand? Yeah, I would never just have rookie cops around me. I have the best of the best. So, until they bring this case to justice, I will not be really moving around a lot. Because David Robertson is a sick motherfucker. And I really believe it's somebody besides Jane. I don't trust him because his mother used to say, David been through a lot. David undone a lot. I don't believe Jane his only murder. I promise you. The way that y'all go look at the video. Jane Wakefield. Go check out her video on YouTube. Check out all the videos, all angles. That black car was my ex-husband. You see how calculated that move was? Y'all see how they on a lot? They didn't care. Whoever was in that black vehicle, which I know that was my ex-husband. The way he did me, he waited behind a door, y'all. He was a predator. He waited behind a door to try to unalive me. I will never forget. February 2nd, 2022. Anyway, y'all have a good night. God has been good. See y'all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. I should go live. Yeah, I will. I'll go live at 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. YouTube. Y'all have a good night. Stay blessed.